is UFD at the moment. And what I think about UFD is a very good project for a meme coin. The founder looks very legit. It looks very credible. He was a gold and silver trader, and the buying on this coin has been very aggressive. There's a lot of demand, and as I mentioned before, we did accumulate in this area and even lower on this coin, and we saw a pump on this coin. We went for a pullback, higher low. We went for another pump, and it created new high. We created new highs, and now, I'm just waiting for lower areas, guys, on this coin. I think we are bouncing on this trend line at the moment, and the volume is also lower than what it was before. So there's not a lot of action in this coin, and volatility has also dropped, and we are seeing that triangle pattern again on this coin as well. But I'm expecting lower prices as Bitcoin pumps, like McKenna mentioned. I would expect this to give us lower entries, such as the 150 million, which is the median of this channel.
You don't think it's going to hold that trend line?
Sorry?
You don't think it's going to hold that trend line?
Hold this trend line? No. When I see price bouncing off this trend line, I expect a liquidity grab to the upside usually, and then a push to the downside and a pullback, and then a push lower into lower areas. And we got some equal lows in this area as well that price needs to retest in order to go back up again. So we could potentially go back to the 150 million and the 100 million. And I got buy limits in this area as well. So I'm ready to catch it if it does go down. But I think it's a solid coin. And Ryan actually loves this coin, the UFD. Do you want to say anything?
I mean, it was the same thing that I mentioned already. I mean, I still got it on my screen. It was more in regards to obviously Kraken potentially listing UFD, as I mentioned. Someone who's one of the heads of asset listing at Kraken, which is a tier 1 exchange, is starting to communicate with the UFD community as well. So we're starting to see a lot of traction towards that. I think this will kind of like kick steam, maybe a bit of FOMO to UFD in the short term, but I don't see anything obviously long term for this. So I completely agree with what you've posted already with UFD. There's a potential where there was a KuCoin potential listing that happened, and then all of a sudden it reached the highs of 400 million, and then when it didn't happen, it obviously broke down. But those are psychological selling areas for me anyway. So I think more than likely what you've got on your charts, it's more than likely going to play out until we get maybe a listing of some sort. And then I don't think anything will happen for the short term in regards to that. So I'm quite confident that we're good right here. But what I did want to kind of like touch on more so was in regards to what we were talking about with Ethereum and Bitcoin, and some of the larger assets. So it looks like World Liberty Fi, which we already spoke about in our last stream, which is Trump's custodial holdings for cryptocurrencies. And obviously make sure that you're following the right World Liberty Financial Twitter account. Unfortunately, they've got me blocked for some reason. I may have flooded it previously in the past, but make sure that you're following the right account for World Liberty Fi. But we've started to see them start to gradually buy more of like Ethereum. I think recently in the past week or so, we started to see Trump buy more Ethereum, buy more WBTC, and I think TRX is something that they've just recently added as well to their balance sheet. So I think a lot of industrial companies are looking at what Trump's doing, and I think what Kanna said previously, where industries are in right now, but we haven't experienced retail yet. And that's something that we were missing in the last cycle. It's like it's completely flipped on its head, where we've got more in industry now and less retail. So when that kickstarts and when that kicks in, I think we'll probably start to see some increases in the prices for Ethereum and Bitcoin. But it is bullish signs that Trump is buying a lot of Ethereum, and Ethereum will definitely pop. I completely agree with you, Ken. I think Ethereum's got that potential to just pop off, because considering it's now Trump's largest holding as well. I think that's something that will definitely pop off when the time's right. But my thoughts on UFD still the same. Community is bullish. They've got community that I've not seen in a while, since like the Pepe and Shib days. So I'm still buying UFD. If it does give me a dip down to the 150s or the 170s, in between that area, I'll be buying. But I'm looking at the overall picture, and what I'm looking at is I'm looking at Trump buying a lot of Ethereum, a lot of WBTC, and a lot of TRX. So I think that's going to be more of the indicators that I look towards before I start investing more in this space. But yeah, that's probably
You know
what
what I find funny about your screen right now?
Yeah.
The World Liberty Financial portfolio is basically Trump's portfolio.
Literally.
And from 1 to 10 on that right now, where's Sol?
Nowhere to be seen.
Right? The guy launches a Sol meme coin, virtually rugs it right down and back to the bottom, and it's not even in his reserve, people. This is why I said I'd be buying ETH over Sol at the moment. Supply and demand.
Yeah, completely agree. I think Trump's played it right. I mean, Solana is more so known for its memes, and he has arguably the biggest meme coin on Solana right now. So that will arguably sit there for the rest of the cycle. So that's completely done. And then when you look at what's happening now with Ethereum and what you're looking at BTC, like that's obviously going to be the main portfolio that they're buying it up in large amounts. And considering World Liberty Fi's only been here for like, I think maybe around like 6-7 months, they've already accumulated a lot of holdings already. They've already hold, over 239 million in Ethereum backed assets, like, which is insane, considering such a short period. And yeah, we've got another 3 to 4 years of this. So I'm positive a lot of those will be in the billions. And it's not just seeing how much they're buying. It's more so of the influence that World Liberty Financial has across the world and across investors and across industries that are looking at their portfolio. They'll be following the same strategy that these guys are following, because this is basically the government buying now. Like, this is like another government entity that's buying these crypto coins and these assets, because Trump is now the president. So follow the money, man.
All eyes are on that portfolio. I agree. Well said.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, agreed.
And
I think
ENA
that's
is
pretty much
on that portfolio as well. Now, I was just going to say, ENA is one of the projects that was mentioned in CryptoVerse for me to TA, and it's so